Welcome to Ask Sue London. This is the show that helps people and pets cope, heal, and move forward. I'm your host, Sue London. It is wonderful to have you join me on the show today. We have got a lot we're going to cover today. I want to tell you, if you've never joined me before, a little bit about us. So, what happens here is that I get messages from your pets, from your loved ones, from your angels, and then I share them with you on the show. Before the show, all these shows are pre-recorded, so you can send your questions into me through the description below that you'll see the details, how to send me your questions. Please don't be shy. I don't bite, and I really encourage you to send me your questions. I'm doing this podcast for you. I want you to be feeling that peace, love, support, and be able to cope, heal, and move forward in your life. So please don't be shy. Ask me your questions, okay? Now, what happens on each show, I am sending you a healing. So you may find that as you're listening to the recording, that you feel relaxed. Well, what's happening is I'm sending you a healing. So you may find that you might feel tired later, or you might feel energized. Now, if you're feeling tired, rest, because it's telling you that your body needs some time to heal for whatever you're going through. So honor what your body tells you, okay? Now, as I start every show, I am given a message from your angels on what is the theme for the week for you. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is for this week, the angels are telling me that this is about direction. You are to look for clues. I can't get the word out. Look for clues on how you are going to be led to exact events and experiences that are going to take you to exactly where you need to go when the time is right. So this is what this is all about this week for you, okay? So if you're out and you feel, oh, I got to go here, you make sure you go there. Don't let anything stop you. There is a reason why you need to go there. If you feel you need to pick up the phone and phone somebody, do that. Okay. This is how I live my life. Every morning I meditate and I ask my angels, my loved ones, my pets on the other side, what is it I have to do today? Who do I need to call, or where do I need to go? And they lead me every day what I need to do and where I need to go. Okay. So this is what I want to encourage you to do in your life. But this week is really important that you do this. Okay. This is a week where they're going to be working with you, your angels, your loved ones. And if you have pets on their side, they're going to be there working to help you as well. The angels want you to hold faith, and they want you to trust them. So I'm like this. Before I say what I'm going to say, I want you to know I've been told this message myself. Have patience. Okay. I'm one that likes things done yesterday or get it done earlier. And I have been learning from the angels, have patience. So I want to pass on their message to you now. Have patience, and that they are working with you. Okay. Now, this part of the show, what I want to do, this episode's a little different. I have had many people asking questions, and the topic of the show is what has happened to my loved one. So, on this episode, it's different. I don't think we're going to have time for a story, but if we do, I will share one. We'll have to just see how it goes. I have had many people sending questions in, and if you're listening to this episode, it's because this question might be something that you've been thinking about for yourself as well. So here we go. So the first question is, number one, does my mom see the stuff going on with my dad? So dad's alive and mom's on the other side. Now, to answer your question, yes, mom is seeing exactly what's going on with your dad. She wants you to block that from your mind. Okay. You and your dad were together in your life for a reason. He was to learn lessons. He hasn't learned them. He will be coming back again, another round, to have the same lessons brought to him, see if he gets it next time. You have had your experiences with him to learn the lessons that you were supposed to. You have learned those lessons, and it's not your responsibility on how your dad lives his life. Okay. So you need to focus on your life. You have a lot ahead of you that you need to be doing. You have a lot of love to share with the world, with a lot of animals. That is where you're supposed to be putting your focus. Okay. Now, what does mom say here? What happens before I do a show, I channel, right? And I'm just reading kind of what I mom channeled through the pen earlier. Now, mom wants you to focus on all the beauty that surrounds you. You have a lot of beauty around you. Your mom knew what your dad was like when she was alive, and she still sees these same qualities that is still happening within him. So mom acknowledges, she knows, don't you have to give that a second thought, but you do need to get on with your life. That does not involve this man, your dad. Okay. Mom wants you to know she is very, very proud of you. And she wants you to continue with your writing and sharing your love in various ways, like you are doing now. So to keep up the great work. Mom's very, very proud of you. And thank you from me for sharing your love with people. That's what we all need to be doing in the world now, sharing our love. So, before I address the next question, it's really important. We're living in a world now where if you meet somebody and they need a hug, please, I encourage you to give them a hug. If you see someone that needs like love, just tell them I love you. I was away last week in New York City, and when I was there, I was in these different places, and I just felt this one place I went that I had to go up to this store clerk and give her a hug and just tell her I love you. This woman, you would have thought I gave her $1 million. She was alone. She'd never heard something like that before. She was questioning why she was here. She was suffering with depression. And by me simply hugging her and say, I love you, you're going to be okay, that's all she needed to hear. But I felt compelled that I needed to go and do that for her. So I want to encourage you to do the same. If you feel like you need to call someone, you feel like you need to go somewhere, it's kind of like what the message the angels were saying at the beginning in their message about, follow their clues. This is the kind of thing that our world needs to do a lot more of. Okay, so I want to encourage you to do that. Now, our next question is about Tucker. Now, I have got to laugh about Tucker. So here's the question. Let me ask you the question. Tell you the question first. The question is, why does Tucker get so restless around the same time every night? Now, Tucker is a puppy, cute, cute as a button puppy. And as soon as I read this message, I had to start laughing because I love Tucker. I love his energy. And Tucker reminds me a lot about my dog that we just rescued, or my Gus on the other side, who recently crossed, sent this puppy to us as his gift. And Buddy is so much like Tucker. So I want you to know that what you experience with Tucker is what we experience in our household with Buddy. Now, Tucker, what's happening with Tucker is he's very intuitive. So Tucker is feeling the energy of the other side. You have so many on the other side with you, and he sees them all. And of course, it's the nighttime when the other side likes to show themselves. And Tucker sees this. He also has all your pets on the other side that are guiding him to, be good for mom and dad. And this is what you need to do. And, they're reminding him what he has to do. So he's listening to them. He sees all your loved ones around, but he also feels the energy of not only what's in your own space, but also in the surroundings, the full moons, anything like that going on. You can feel your neighbors down the street if there's something going on. So he's really feeling everything. Now, what I've done for Buddy, we rescued Buddy. We got him in September, and we are now in December. What happened for us getting Buddy? This is not the same situation you have, I know, but we rescued Buddy from. A man had come to search me out, and the situation where he was saving this dog was that it was he'd gone to his parents, to his horror, learned that his other brother had bought this 8-week-old puppy for his parents. The mother has dementia and the father has Alzheimer's disease. And the son thought he was going to get this puppy and that was going to help give them positive focus and meaning in life. Well, what happened, because of where they are mentally, they forgot they had a puppy, and to give the couple were 92 years old. So this poor little guy was totally forgotten. He was left in the garage. They found him outside. Other neighbors were seeing him outside. He wasn't fed. So when we got him, Buddy had no structure in his life. He had never been walked. When we got him, he was 22 months old. So he'd never been walked. He'd never been in a car. He had no idea, what to eat, how that. We had his stool samples checked at the vet, and his diet had consisted for a very long time of bird poop and rabbit poop. And that was it. So, to take a dog from somewhere and then get him trained and get him grounded and calm. I did a lot of healing on him. And, for Tucker, I think that I teach Reiki healing for pet owners and people want to learn how to do it on people as well. I have done a lot of healing work on Buddy to help him to ground, to calm, to clear all the energy he's absorbed. Okay, Tucker easily absorbs energy from others as well, so be aware of that. I know you've got someone in your home that has health problems. Tucker absorbs that as well, so be aware of that. Okay, you want to clear the energy from him. Now, a way to show you how to clear energy is you would start at the top of the head. You would brush your hand over the energy of the top of the head, down the neck, down the spine, down the tail, and all the way, and then flick it in the ground. So you're kind of like brushing the energy off and then flicking the ground. Make sure you don't flick that energy onto another pet or yourself or another person, because you're taking the energy from here and putting it onto yourself or another person or pet. So you don't want to do that. Well, then after you've brushed down the top of the head, you would go down like each shoulder, down each leg, again, the head, down the shoulder, down that leg, go down the spine again, go down the hip, go down the other leg, and then down the other leg. Okay, so that's how you clear the energy from a pet. If someone is watching this and your pet does pet therapy, that's very important to do. You want to clear the energy when a pet is doing pet therapy. They are like a sponge. And if you don't clear that energy, it makes their lifespan shorter. Okay. My dogs have done pet therapy and I was always having to clear their energy. So with Tucker, this is something that you can do. That's number one. Number two, what you can do, and this is what we do with Buddy, is I have this great program called Insight Timer. And if you're following my show, you've probably heard me say this before. I love this program. It's an app. I have it on my phone. And it's so many great, amazing meditations. And I choose a meditation, and each night my husband and I will have it on. We'll be listening to it as we go to sleep. And our dogs sleep in our room with us as well, and they hear the meditation. So that's also helping them to calm and clear. And that's really made a huge difference for Buddy. With everything he's gone through, he's like a normal puppy now, except for in the car. We're still working on that, but we'll have another call about that where you guys can call in and tell me how you've helped your pets with dealing with being scared in cars and crying a lot. But back to Tucker, I want to encourage you to put on a meditation every night, fall asleep to it. Insight Timer is a great program. I say that because your meditation plays and it stops. So it's not like others like YouTube that constantly will go into another one and go all night long. And it's kind of fun that, you can pick one, have your husband pick one, and that's what happens in our home. And also check out on there the description of the meditations, because if it has 417, 432 frequency, that's really good for clearing energy as well. Okay, so that will help Tucker. I'm smiling because Tucker is a cute little puppy, and he came to you for the reason of bringing lots of fun in your life, and you've had sadness in your past, and this is a new adventure for you to have. This puppy came to you to have fun and laughter and joy. Okay, so this is your gift from you know who crossed over recently, and this is your gift from that boy. So be grateful and smile a lot because this is your gift. And Tucker is really going to keep you young, shall I say. Okay, so about now we've talked about Tucker. Okay, so the next question, thank you for that question about Tucker. I absolutely love him. I'm smiling because I just see what he's doing every nighttime, and I'm laughing because it's like we watch our buddy. We'll be sitting there. I may be in bed reading, and he's got this thing. It's like, no, 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 you're not going to do that. And he gets right across our chest and just starts licking our face, like giving us a bath. And then he goes for me, then he goes to my husband, and he does not stop. This goes on and on. So, this is our way of having lots of fun and laughter in our house as well. But I will tell you that for me, Buddy was sent for me to learn to slow down. And he has taught me many lessons in the short time that we've had him already. So if you've recently got a new pet, I want to remind you too that that pet has come into your life to teach you some lessons. So sometimes we get frustrated, but they are really teaching us something. And when we pull back and get calm, take a deep breath, and look at what else is possible, that can help us to understand that that pet's trying to teach us something. So don't fight it. Go with the flow and learn and pay attention to what they're trying to teach us. Animals are amazing at what they can do for our lives. Okay, here's the next question. Thank you for the question about Tucker. I'm still smiling, so there's going to be more. I feel like with Tucker later. Anyways, okay, so here's the next question. Before my mom died, she was talking and having a conversation, and she said it was with my dad, but my dad was not there. He had crossed over. What was going on? Okay, so often what will happen is that a loved one can see and feel their spouse or their loved one that's on the other side, or an angel will come. And they are there to prepare them for their crossing, to help them to let go, to be able to cross in peace. Often there will be someone there. Now, here's an example of what used to happen to me. I have done a lot of pet therapy in nursing homes. And when I would go in the nursing home, people would look at me. They would tell me they saw a halo over my head and that I was glowing to them. And so they saw me as an angel, and they would ask me if I was the angel of death. And I'm not. Well, I help people cross, but I'm not the ones that take them over. So this is like it's like a child, and animals are very in tune to their side. So are people getting ready to cross, whether they're young, like children of any ages, or if it's seniors. Seniors are often mistakenly diagnosed as they have dementia when they're really just connecting with the other side. And here's an example. What had happened to me one day, I was in an emergency department with a family member, and I had walked by this one bed, and curtains were all around. And this lady, an older lady, was sitting on the edge of the bed. She was talking. Now, me seeing the other side, I could see that there was a man on the other side with her. And what had happened, she was having a conversation. They were talking back and forth, but one was on this side, one was on their side. So I saw it as normal to me. But this nurse came and saw her and said to me, "Stay away from her. She's crazy. She's nuts. She just keeps talking at nothing." Well, I explained to the nurse, this is what's happening. And she's like, "No, no, that's not possible." Well, if you're in the medical field, I want to say to you now that anyone who's in a medical field and you see someone talking, and listen to them, because often they're talking to their spouse on the other side, or a loved one, or an angel, and they're getting prepared to cross. And not long after, they will cross. So I want to assure anybody that this is what is happening. So to the individual who sent this question in, Mom indeed was talking to your dad. And it's just take real comfort from knowing that Mom was not alone when she was in her room in that nursing home. Dad was with her every night. She was not alone. And then when she did cross, that is what was going on. Like, Dad was there to prepare her and to take her over. And they are together and they're very happy. Okay. So, it's amazing. Don't we just live in such an amazing world that there's so much that people don't see that we have going around us. And I know when I had the near-death experiences, it was life-changing for me in such an amazing way. I don't want to encourage people to go and have all these near-death experiences, but I want to just to say firsthand that we are all surrounded by so many people, so many pets, so many angels. And when we get grounded, now we're in this new energy with this new 5-dimension energy, that when you become present and aware and grounded and get rid of the chaos, you can feel them, you can see them, you can hear them, and so much more. They're there to guide you. You're never alone, and neither are your loved ones when they cross, or if they're sick in hospitals. Often people will say, I didn't want to leave my loved one because, I didn't want to leave them alone. They're never alone when they're there. Okay. I really appreciate getting this question in, because this is a question that's been asked a lot. So I hope that's helped a lot of you listening to this podcast this time. Now, another one here, question is, did my grandma cross alone? Now, I want to assure everyone and to this individual, Grandma did not cross alone. Grandma had amazing angels around her, and her husband was there as well to take her. She had a child that crossed younger, and that child came also, and there were a lot of pets because she was a huge animal lover, and those animals were there as well. So just know that she was not alone. She's not alone. She's very happy. She's cuddling a lot of animals now, and she's just in her glory. There's no pain in her body, and she's just loving this new chapter of her journey on being on the other side with everybody. So nobody crosses alone. I want to assure you, there's nobody going through that experience. We all have somebody, whether it is a pet, a loved one, or angel, but the majority are having angels and pets and loved ones come. And anyone that I've helped cross, it's been like standing room only. Like, sometimes I'm just like this because there's so many around. So just know that you will never be alone when you take that last breath, or neither will your loved ones, whether they are pets or people. Okay, now where are we with the next question? Okay, so next question is, how can I know if someone's with me? So I have a great book on my website, asksuelondon.ca, and on the website is this book called Signs from Your Beloved Pets. It's the same signs that we get for people and pets. Here's a few to kind of give you an example. These are kind of the common ones. The temperature will change. So if you find that you're feeling a breeze, or if all of a sudden you're getting really colder, like I'm sitting right now, I am this whole show channeling exactly what I'm being told to tell you in the questions, the answers, everything that's coming, like, who to choose and what questions to address. And I'm sitting here, I'm absolutely freezing, and I've got a fireplace going. So I should not be cold. But because I'm surrounded by so many angels and loved ones right now, and animals that want their messages to come out, I'm absolutely freezing. And that's what you can experience, a temperature change. Okay. You can also experience lights flashing. Now, if you've ever had a consultation with me, your pet is on the other side, your loved one's on their side, chances are you have seen lights flashing in my space, because they always like to tell them more, tell them more, tell them more. So lights flashing. Now, I want to also say on that point that if, you know, sometimes you can also have wire electrical issues. So don't always think it's the other side, because I do not want to see anyone having electrical fires or anything problems with your electricity. So if you have a thought come to your mind that, "Oh, well, this doesn't seem right," have it checked out, because you'll be guided if it's not, um, lights flashing as a result of your loved ones. Okay, but that is a very common thing to do. Okay, so also technology can go wacky, and it can be so frustrating. And I can tell you, last week when I was preparing to go to New York City for the awards gala that I was at, the technology just was not working for me. And what the other side was doing to me was they were trying to go, no, 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 you're going to take a break before you go away for 4 days. And that's what they did to me. So if your technology doesn't work, if there's something happening that nobody else is having that problem, whether it's your internet and your neighbor's not having that problem, it's the other side. Or if you find that one of the situations that I was having happening with Tiago, this is my guy I work with, he's my little earth angel, that Tiago could see my newsletter with things on it. And I'm like, no, it's not on my page. So they can really mess up if you're working with somebody and your stuff can look like one way and the person you're working with can look a different way. So just know they can do stuff like this. They also will hide stuff on you. So if one experience I had happened, I had put really beautiful sunglasses, these beautiful Serengeti sunglasses, I put them in the glove box of my car. And I know where everything is in my space. They weren't there. Well, what had happened, the other side had hid them from my sight. So if you put something somewhere and you know that they were put there, they're playing a game with you. So know they can do that as well. And then 2 years later, I went in there and the same spot, they were there and I hadn't moved anything. So know these are kind of some things that they can do to you on the other side. And another common thing they'll do is reboot your cell phones. So that happens to me a lot. When they reboot cell phones, that's what they're doing. Also numbers, look 1111, 1010. Okay, so if you see the same number, go online and do a spiritual number meaning, and it will tell you what that's all about. Okay, I think we got time for another one or two questions. What is one thing my loved one wants me to do? Okay, this question is for everybody on the call, on this show episode. Your loved ones, your pets, your angels want you to ask, 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 and ask more. What it is you want, you need help with, you need support, you need finding something, whatever it is that you need. They want you to ask them for that, because they're sitting beside you waiting for you to say, look, I need help with this. Until you ask, they're not going to take action. You need to ask them. Okay, it's a good thing to do. You're not putting them out, and know that you deserve to get the help. Okay, some people that don't feel they deserve to have the help, no, no, this is not the time to feel that. You ask them, your angels, your loved ones, your pets, everybody's right there with you now. Turn your head and tell them what you need, and they're going to start bringing magic and miracles into your life. I assure you on that. Okay, next question. Is my loved one out of pain? So absolutely. There is no pain in heaven. When what happened with me when I had the near death experience, my body came out of my soul. I remember that, and my body got lighter and lighter as I was going up towards the light, and I felt peace and joy and comfort. And I had had the second time my near death experience happened, is that I had had my intestine burst. That's really painful. And for me to go through that and be completely pain free is amazing. So I want you to assure you your loved one has no pain, is completely out of pain, and your loved one is happy and whole again. And if sometimes loved ones, they have had lost a leg, or whatever's happened to them, they are happy, they are whole again. Okay. So just know that, um, sometimes you think you have this vision that, grandma's in this really crippled state still. No, they're not. They're happy. They're young again. They're pain free. They're vibrant. They're running. They're having an amazing time. Okay. So take comfort in knowing that, and that there's no pain in heaven, I assure you. Okay, now I feel like, here's the next question. I feel like my loved one is hanging on for me. Is that a problem? Okay, so what happens? A pet or a loved one, they do hang on. If they know you don't want to let them go, the best gift you can give them is to say, I love you, I let you go. I know it's very hard to do. I've had to do it for myself a couple times. I've had pets that hang on for me, and I have to, as hard as it is, I have to tell them, I love you, I let you go. And I always kiss them on the top of their little heads. And often when I've done that, they don't even need the needles for the final needle. The vets will give the pets when in order to cross them over. So it, that is possible. Animals and people will hang on, and it's up to us to be strong for them. They've done so much for you, so this is your time to be strong and give them that gift, to let them cross in peace. And you can do that by saying, I love you, I let you go. Okay? They're going to be still coming with you. They'll still be around, but in a different way, I assure you. Okay. Okay, that's it. We are out of time, almost out of time. So that's all the questions we have for today. So thank you to everyone who sent their questions in. I really appreciate you sharing those, because not only does that give you an answer, but there's other people watching this that is helping them as well. So thank you for helping me help other people during the show. Now, in the beginning of the show, I talked to you about your angels wanting you to look for clues. Okay, so I want to remind you again, this is the week where you are going to be grounded and focused. Forget focusing on the chaos and all the stuff happening in the world, and focus on being present and what comes to you, because you are going to be led by your angels to the exact events and experiences that you need for the precisely exact time when it is right for you. Okay, so I want to encourage you to meditate, to pray, to listen, to block the chaos and the craziness in your life, and be at peace and listen to God and his angels and what they're telling you. This is really important for this week. And again, I'm going to say it. I want to encourage you to send your questions in to me. I want to help you. I want to help your loved ones help you to find that peace and that comfort, and to be able to cope, heal, and move forward along your journey. Often when we get messages from our loved ones, it can be literally life-changing, as I've experienced in my own journeys. So that I've had with myself and other family members. So please, don't be shy. I don't bite. I really welcome your questions. So in the description below, you'll see how you can send your questions in to me, okay? And I do want to encourage you that I've got these short inspirational shorts, the videos that are Monday and Friday, but I've added an extra day. So they're on Wednesdays as well now. People have been asking for them. So you ask and I provide. So check those out. And they're just a 30-second, you know, message from your angels, or whatever. How I work my show and these shorts is that I'm guided on what I am supposed to say for that special show, like episode of a podcast, or for every shorts that I do. I'm guided exactly what I'm supposed to say, that it will air on this date. So there's a reason everything I say is all on these certain dates. So just know that these messages are not from me. They are from your loved ones, your pets, and your angels. And so those shorts, make sure you subscribe so you get those, because there's a lot of feedback coming back that's been positive, helping people. Now, if you want to learn about me, my book a consultation with me, purchase any of my books like I talked about, was Signs from Your Beloved Pet earlier, for more signs from your loved ones and pets. Be sure to go to my website, asksuelondon.ca. And I do have a new program. It's called Drop Your Baggage and Create Joy. And what this is, it's a 6-month course, coaching course, that whether you want personal development or you want business help, this is 6 months of us getting together. I think it's twice a month, as well as you have a chance to have like a free hour with me, or you can have like 2 30-minute sessions, whatever it is you need. And every day for 6 months, I'm going to be sending you healing. So you are going to finish that program and you're going to be living in a whole different world. Because this healing energy that I'm sending is literally, it's going to be changing you in the ways that you want and helping you let go of what's not serving you any longer. So right now I have a really great special deal offer on that. So you want to check that out. That again, that program is called Drop Your Baggage and Create Joy. And that's at my website, asksuelondon.ca. Now, I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that something that I have said is going to help you along your journey. That's it for today. I'm Sue London, and I'm wishing you much love and many blessings.